So the first one he labels the strange.
Okay.
And then the next one is the stranger.
Mm-hmm.
And then the strange idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then the revolutionary hero. So we'll start with the strange. Transformation of environmental circumstances as a consequence of purely natural causes constitutes the single most immediately evident cause for the deterioration of cultural stability. And so this would be the form of like an earthquake, a flood, or whatever. All these huge natural disasters like Pompeii.
Mm-hmm.
What these do is destroy all stability in culture.
Right.
Because like, well, I guess it's pretty self-evident, but they just like destroy it.
Yeah, well, because I mean, if you're, everybody has an economy of some type.
Mm-hmm.
So if the factory that makes the products that keep the economy going gets destroyed, the economy stops. I mean, everything stops.
Right.
The economy stops, and who's paying the people to run the economy? Who, yeah, I mean, it destroys everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you base it. I mean, like. And I feel like in extreme situations with a natural disaster, you'd almost have to restart your civilization. You know what I mean? Like, granted, like with the U.S., it would probably take the super volcano that's under Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would have to go to really make the U.S. restart in regards to natural disasters. That is
Sure.
Because at that point it's like. Half your leaders, your politicians, maybe they're wiped out, maybe they're hiding in safe houses or wherever they put the president and the cabinet and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the people, which is like what the country's founded on, it like they're wiped out. So like you got to start from ground one because
Right.
Who's building your house? Well, no one, because they're dead, or most of them are dead, or they're building their own house or safe haven or something. Well, where is the food? Well, the farmers are worrying about themselves. So it's like everybody's got to learn how to be like self-sufficient again. And that's why I'm like a huge proprietor of like, you ought to be self-sufficient to like a certain degree.
Yeah.
I'm not saying own, 200 acres to just grow corn. Like if you want to be a farmer, to each their own. But I don't think you individually need to do that. But I think you should know how to like garden,
Sure.
I think you should, like, raising chickens is pretty easy. I think like that's a good starting point, at least in regards to like understanding how that works and being able to live self-sufficiently. Well, I mean, like my family had chickens, but we didn't have like cows and pigs and stuff. But we had meat birds and we had hens and we had eggs and stuff, and we had a little garden for a little bit. So it was like I know how to be self-sufficient, relatively speaking. It's not perfect, but it's enough that I'd have a foundation if everything went yikes.
Right. And the government's limited in what it could do in something like that.
Well, if it's destroyed.
Well, like if the western half of the United States or something like that was completely destroyed, even if Washington, D.C. still survived, the government isn't, while it is designed to help people in natural disasters, it's definitely not to that degree. So It would require like drastic change and some sort of reformulation of the government.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think with our current government and the current climate of like society, so not even just picking on the people in office, but picking on like the societal outlooks that the general populace has, I think our government would have to be reformed. Because there's no shot that the current politicians are capable of handling that situation without like lying to us or hurting us or
well, and I think no matter who it is, I don't think that they could do that
right
in a successful way if it's something that drastic.
Yeah, I think there's a couple politicians, at least more than I do, but I think there's a couple that would do pretty good with it. But even so, I think it would end up taking some more. I think what would happen is you would see a lot more common folks step up and be like, all right, you're not doing anything, we're stepping in to fill this void because you're not taking anything into consideration.
Sure, I could see it.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave them down below. And if you liked the video, give us a like. If you really liked it, you could even go subscribe to our channel. And if you didn't understand the video, don't worry, I didn't either. There's a link to the full video down in the description below. Thanks for watching.